the three of you, I don't even know if I really want to be talking to you three today because like you're all the baddies,
Wow.
you're all the antagonists, for
It's
this
most
show.
fun.
So yeah, that's true. The
Would you
most
like a
fun.
night out
So
with us three or a night out with the good guys? I mean, come on. It's going to be more
that's
fun with the
true.
bad people.
That's true. That's true. So, Adrian, I got to ask you, how was it kind of playing this character? Because there's also like a lot of physicality that you kind of have to do on set.
You're the
Yeah,
best at that.
we wanted with Poynton, we wanted to make sure that the magic was rooted in a strong physicality. Ben, the director of the first block, and I think Sally's written it in the script as well, that the magic costs the person who's conjuring it. And so Ben and I talked a little bit about what that language would be, and we wanted it to be very rooted in something very physical. So we did that. I loved it. There's fight sequences and the chases, and then all the magic, of course, as well. It's a great thing to be a part of.
So sometimes your character is in one area. Yeah, you're conjuring this magic. Meanwhile, the action is happening elsewhere. So how did you like seeing it put together of, oh, this is what my movements were actually doing on the other side?
A lot of conversation about what the fight sequence would be between Nell and Hearn the Hunter, because that was being worked out. So I was told at this point there's a swipe to the right, there's another, a cut here, diagonal cut, there's a movement backwards, and I replicated that in the room on my own while doing the magic. And and being thrown to the side and so on, and it was really good to do.
Your character doesn't necessarily start out as an antagonist. She kind of grows to be that way. Like almost on some end, it's almost like kind of an innocent bystander that kind of decides, gets a little influenced by Adrian's character. So like, I was wondering like for you too, kind of the same thing of kind of being this normal character and then kind of like just getting into the dark arts. And then same thing where just there's stuff that you're doing on set, but sometimes like the stuff that you're doing on set, it's going to look different elsewhere.
I love that about Sophia to start, where she is sort of a morally sound person. And then the circumstances sort of bring her to where she is. To me, it kind of felt a bit like a villain origin story. Where you're like, this is how it happened. And yeah, when we were doing some of the sequences, I remember there was one sequence that's in 7, and we shot my side of it, I think months before what actually is happening in real time. And so I don't think they had the fight sequence mapped out yet. And so I gave we just did a ton of different options. That was with MJ. A bunch of different options of directions of movement and things so that they could cut it together and it would make sense. So that's how we did that one scene, which is really fun. And then we have something together where I think we knew a little bit more about where they were going. But similarly, we would definitely have options just in case to make sure that we're covered on every direction things are being thrown.
Well, that was really great about the camaraderie there. The directors would shoot things for the other director to shoot the other part of.
Yeah.
And they would offer that other director as helpfully as they could, as many options as possible. So, I mean, that was a great thing about the show as well.
So the interesting about the story is like Adrian, your character comes in a little mysterious. And then Alice, your character, like I said, like if you say like origin story, she's a little innocent. But Jake, I gotta say, from the get-go, man, there is no mistake. Your character, he sucks. He's just a bad dude.
Thank you.
The whole time I was like, there's just no sympathy for this guy whatsoever.
No.
However, as we go along with the story, there is an evolution to this character and everything too. There's reasons for things that happen. But I was wondering, as you're going through the script and you're reading, I don't know if it's more fun or if you're like, I've got to make up something to make this character likable because he's just not likable right now.
Yeah, I was like a little worried because I'm new here, and
he's nice, really. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, thanks.
Promise.
Was definitely a lot of fear about that, but also you got to serve what he is, and he likes being unlikable, and he's postures, and he enjoys being the villain in his own life. So, you got to kind of get out the way of your own fears about it, of which there were many, and get into it. But I agree with you from the get-go. He's a problem child, but without Thomas, it doesn't kick off. And then, I mean, even hearing you guys talk about Conjuring together, I'm like, why am I not involved? Like, I get left out. Like
Maybe season 2.
Maybe.
And I feel like we have a bit of a trading places going on.
Definitely.
In terms of arcs.
Yeah, we do. I start in a kind of, in a heated king on top of a castle position. And quickly subvert into...
Help.
Maybe another drink. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he gets a comeuppance, I think, which is, I think it's probably quite satisfying to watch. I certainly found it satisfying to watch.
Nellie Jackson.
Nellie Jackson. Nellie.
Nellie. Nellie.
Nellie.
Nellie. Nellie Jackson.
Yeah, don't call me Nellie.
Nellie.